a Friday afternoon. I was fresh off work when she called, said she had some good news. She got promoted at work, and that's worth a few drinks. Hey, it is 5 p.m. on a Friday afternoon here in Chicago. Listen, I want to tell you that it's hot. I mean, it's hot. We used to say it's colder than an old horse hard. It's hot. It's hotter than frog cat. I'm serious. And that stuff run around in the water all day. It is hot. Listen, if you have somebody that is a senior or elderly, please check on them because it is hot. I want to welcome you to the number one internet radio station, IntellectualRadio.com, and iHeart Radio station. And this is Rhythm Flow Radio with the big girl of internet radio, Katie Lowe. You know my I am, and these are my sayings that we must remember. I am big and beautiful. I am fat and fabulous. I am plump and oh so pretty. But most of all, I'm confident. Well, I can't understand about Chicago. I've lived here ever since I was 24. And I'm not going to tell you my age because really that is not your business. But I've lived here since I was 24 years old. And I have never seen this city in this state of unrest. I mean, they got me so scared that I'm scared to leave my house. I'm about to become a hermit and stay up in my house because of all of this unnecessary killings, these senseless killings, all of these shootings. I mean, this is just terrible. And I'm saying this because I want to appeal today to African American males and men of color. I want to appeal to you to go out in the street. I want to appeal to you to go out and be a mentor in the lives of our young black brothers who have lost their ways. Because this is something we need. There are a lot of churches that are involved in this 100 churches that's going to end in July. Every Wednesday from 6 to 6, you will see them, some church on some corner where either it's a high drug crime area where they're trying to put a perspective, something in control. They're only going to be there a few hours, but they're trying to make their presence. And like I say, this is only going to last until the last Wednesday in July. I ask you, black men and men of color, go out on your street corner and talk to the young black African American males and young men of color who have lost their way. I ask that you go and try to show them a positive point in life where they can build on something constructive and be about something. Listen, we really, really need this. Today, I have a special guest. His name is Kevin Tillett. We're going to get up close and personal with him. He is from Chicago. He now resides in another state, but I'm going to let him talk to you about that. But we're going to take a pause for the cause. We're going to come back and we're going to talk to him. And I want you to enjoy this song because we do need a brighter day.
One
One of these old days. One of these. One of these old days. One of these. One of these old days. One of these. Yes, one of these old days. I'm telling you, the things that are going on in Chicago and around the world, it has to come to an end. I don't want to get biblical on you, but I'm telling you, there's a time right now where people should start. I mean, we got to pay attention to what's going on. I mean, this Y generation, they're not going to be anything like the people of the '60s. They're going to be totally different. They're going to demand answers, and they're not going to sit around and wait for you to give them an answer 20 years later. I mean, they're going to take their answer. Okay, so I mean, we living in some critical times right now. I want to say one other thing about the Republican convention. I know I shouldn't have been watching, but I had to. And I've never seen Donald Trump. I didn't. I mean, I've always known Republicans lie, but to take Michelle Obama's speech and a portion of it, you took it almost line for line, verbatim. You might have dropped out a word here or there, but you took this woman's speech line for line, and then you had the audacity to say, I mean, when he said, "Oh, I think my wife gave a good speech." She sure did. She gave a good speech because she gave somebody else a speech. And then the young guy who exposed him, his name was Jared. So I believe it was Wheeler or Williams. I can't remember his last name, but he started getting a lot of hate mail. Okay, and Jared I think he was a unemployed journalist, and when he heard the speech, he remembered the speech and he went right to it and found those excerpts from Michelle Obama. And he was the one who exposed it. Well, he got a lot of hate mail. We know that he came from the Republican Party. And I'm not ashamed to say it. Other people, I don't know where it came from. I wasn't there when they wrote it, but they sent him all of that hate mail. And I mean, that's the wrong thing to do. Admit your mistake and go on with life. Just ask for forgiveness and keep living. Another thing, 15 years ago, this just happened. Somebody just happened to send this to me, and I just have to read it on. I just have to read it on the show. I hope that I pronounced this young man's name right. His name is Yusef Salam. I hope that Salam, Salaam. At the time, he was 15 years old, and this was a case that had to do with the Central Park Five in New York. There were some young guys who was accused of raping a 28-year-old investment banker who was white and they were black. And Donald Trump, who made a statement that they were rapists and they should reinstate the death penalty. I mean, hold on. Hello, Kevin, is that you? Okay, hold on, and I'm gonna bring you in, okay? Okay. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Donald Trump, who had no right to make this statement, but he did make a statement that because these young black men raped this young white woman who was 28 years old. I mean, these were teenagers. These were young boys. She was 28 years old. And like I say, she was an investment banker. Donald Trump made the statement that they should reinstate the death penalty in New York after this horrific rape case, which 5 teenagers were wrongly convicted. They went to jail behind his idiotic statements and they served time. Later on, they were let out of jail. They were exonerated. But the thing is, kids that are 14 and 15 years old that had been coerced to make a statement that they had raped somebody, and you take a powerful figure like Donald Trump, who injected something that was, let's, in so many words, let's fry them. But you want to fry somebody for a crime that they didn't commit. And I mean, when I think about the Republican convention, I just get sick because I'm a baby boomer and it looks like the 60s is trying to repeat itself. You know, we're going to bring in our special guest, but right before we do, I want you to listen to the sounds of Braylon, and I'm going to get ready to bring him in.
It was 5 p.m. sharp on a Friday afternoon. I was fresh off work when she called. Said she had some good news. She got promoted at work, and that's worth a few drinks and to go out and groove. I was excited until I thought to call me, but I had to play it cool, as if I knew she'd be gone. Let's celebrate tonight. Wear your sexy dress and sexy shine. Let's dance and drink and vibe all night. Join you and all you do is you. Now you know, like I know, that you got options, girl. But it don't matter, cause I'm so happy. We done been eating good, talking good, drinking good. We can bounce down. A little closer, come on, let's get down. I guess now would be the time to whisper in your ear. The chance of never getting this chance is what I want.
That's the sound of Braylon, 24-year-old neo-soul musician from Little Rock, Arkansas. Listen, I want you to get online, go to Amazon.com or go to Braylon.com Hey, and by that song, help out that brother. Let's uplift him because he's doing positive things at 24. Listen, today's show is brought to you by Oval Cleaning. Oval Cleaning Inc., professional cleaning service, commercial and residential, carpet, windows, floors, and more. Office and post constructions. For your free estimate, call Mike at 708 528 6825. Call Mike again at 708 528 6825. That's Oval Cleaning for all your cleaning needs. Okay. Kevin, are you still there?
I am, Katie.
All right. Kevin, welcome to Intellectual Radio and iHeart Radio Station. And this is Rhythm Flow Radio with yours truly, Katie Lowe. And I'm proud to have my special guest. And Kevin, I'm going to let you introduce yourself. Hello. Uh-uh. Kevin, are you still there?
I am. I'm back now. I don't know what happened, but I'm here.
I don't know what happened. You know how it is. But I want you
We're here though.
I want you to introduce yourself, and I want you to let everybody know who you are. I want you to just, let them know where you were born and tell us some of the things that you do. And then I have a few questions that I want to ask you.
Will do. Absolutely. Thank you, Katie. First and foremost, I want to thank you for the opportunity for being on your show. And I've been watching, doing what you do, and you've been an inspiration from afar. You don't even know it.
Oh, why, thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Katie. Again, my name is Kevin Tillett, as Katie has already stated before. Born and raised right there in Chicago, Illinois, south side of Chicago. 21 years before I decided to take off and do some bigger and better things with my life. I joined the Army at 21 and traveled the world, did many things. I was a medic in the Army for my duration of 21 years. Deployed twice during that time. Definitely life-changing experiences. I thank God for the opportunity to bring me back to do bigger and better things. Obviously, He spared my life for a reason. I saw a lot of brothers and sisters who did lose their lives. But once again, I thank God for bringing me back and allowing me to share my story.
You know what? You just said that
yes,
you were born and raised in Chicago?
South side.
On the south side.
Yes,
you know what? I want to. I know that you didn't call to talk about this today, but it's something that I have to put out here, and I have to ask you. And the reason I'm asking you this because you said that you recently retired from the military after doing 22 and a half years.
That's correct.
Okay. There's a problem with our youth. And I'm not just saying black youth, but youth of color, young men of color. That doesn't have to be black, and poor black youth. You made it out of Chicago and did something positive with your life. Is there anything that you could say to someone that maybe listened to? It could be a mother. It could be a young male. It could be a young man of color. It could even be a young sister of color. Is there any light that you could shed that you may be able to touch somebody's heart to give them a positive mental attitude to make them strive to do better?
Absolutely, I can, Katie. I think it is probably a couple different things I could say. Hopefully they'll ring true with someone else. I understood the situation and the environment that I was in, and I found out early mindset change, environment change. That was a place that I did not want to be a part of anymore. And do better, be able to give something back at the least to my family. the second part to that I would probably say is that I had to find someone that I could find as a mentor or a role model from afar, being that I didn't have a father figure in my home. So those are probably the couple things that I had to utilize to find my way out of the south side of Chicago and make it to where I'm at today. But it's a daily mindset change I had to learn.
Okay,
Can I? Sorry. Go ahead.
Can I ask you? Did you have? Well, I mean, single black parents. You know, they make a big thing out of it today, but there were a lot of single black parents. I mean, this is nothing new, but they had a village. They had a village that had raised them. There were aunts and uncles and brothers and and first cousins and grandfathers. There was always men around who were there to help the other young men out. Today we don't seem to have that. Or if we do have it, it's absent. So I just want to know, was there a male role model in your life? Was there an uncle or a preacher or the man next door? What male role model did you have in your life?
And you know, Katie, I did have one that is odd that I chose him, and he knows it. It's my second cousin, my mother's cousin. And you know that because at that age he's basically an uncle. He was the only black man that I saw outside of the school system that was doing something positive in his life, financially, career-wise, family. And that was something that I saw from afar, which was rare on the south side. And ironically, he lived on the north side, which at that particular time growing up in life, that was well-to-do.
All right.
So that was my role model. So whenever I see him, that was my guy to look up to.
Okay, you know, I want to talk about what you're involved in. You said you're the founder of Creative Minds Media Group. Can you tell me a little bit about Creative Minds Media Group and what it does?
Literally, it's a brand new company. I just got off the ground, and it only started because I branched off into acting after retirement. And I saw other avenues outside of acting in the entertainment realm. So I tell people jokingly that I have about 2 seconds in acting in the entertainment world, but I have a longevity in life, so I can see more things than most people can see. I have a lot more experiences. So I added them into my entertainment lifestyle.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Before you do this, you said you had acting experience?
What I said was I had about 2 minutes of acting
2 minutes.
experience. Right. And I have a longevity of life experience.
Okay, anything that we would I mean on the big screen, anything that we may be familiar with?
Not as yet. Now I've been doing a lot of independent films here in the Dallas area because that's where I currently reside. There's a film coming out this fall, Morris Chestnut, Regina Hall, called When Ball Breaks. I have a featured role in there, featured extra. I'm playing an EMT in there. I've currently got some strong representation here, so I'll be doing a lot more work. Hopefully some more television appearances coming up. So I just stand by an expectation as I continue to till the soil and put in work. So a lot of short films out here. And as I was saying with Creative Minds Media Group, I work with some other writers, directors out here working on their small film projects that's going to film festivals and hopefully distribution shortly. So I do a lot of injecting into their project, either is if it's acting or casting, what have you.
Okay. All right. Now let's talk about Creative Minds Media Group.
Yes. So Creative Minds Media Group, I've gathered a small handful of individuals in my short time. I haven't even lived in this the DFW Metroplex, the Dallas Fort Worth area, not even 2 years yet. But I've done a lot of connecting, networking, and basically a lot of working in this film industry here. But with the numerous out of amount of people that I've come in contact with, I've narrowed down the circle to individuals of positivity, strong mindset, same mindset, have a vision where they want to go. Those individuals I've connected with, and we've taken their production companies, and basically Creative Minds Media Group is basically going to turn into an umbrella company over these production companies. And if individuals who are looking to produce a film, short film, commercial, whatever the case may be,
Mm-hmm.
we would edit their scripts, potentially have, we have the whole production company under one umbrella. So currently we have 3 different production companies that I work with. And so we overlook scripts and potentially take it into production.
Okay. So I also noticed in a picture,
Mm-hmm.
are you a radio host on Let's Be Real?
Let's be real. Absolutely. Young lady by the name of Hadia Miller and myself just started an internet radio show like yourself out in Dallas.
Okay.
And literally, we're just in our just finished our second week Monday. So we're on Monday, 7 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time out here.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So basically we do talk radio. 80% of the show is talk, 20% neo soul,
Okay.
or some of our underground hip hop artists out there.
So are you doing independent artists too?
Right.
Okay, listen, I'm going to ask you to do me a great favor. I want to send you some music. I really do.
Absolutely.
And I truly hope, I want to tell you a little bit about this brother, and then we'll get back to your radio show. His name is Braylon Lanier, and he's from Little Rock, Arkansas. He's 24 years old. He is a neo soul artist, and he made what he called closet music, but it sounds so professional. And just last week on channel 13 or 16, a Fox channel, he made his musical debut. So if you would just play some of his cuts, he gave me permission to play them, and I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna pass that permission on to you to play them, because this brother needs to blow up. If you have tracks that you would like for me to play, all you got to do is send them to me in an email.
Got it.
And
That's the beauty of it, Katie. And you understand it. Very few people understand it, but it's about connectivity and positivity. If there's somebody who is trying to do their thing, they're positive about their business, not on no foolishness, let's promote them.
Absolutely.
Let's give them a platform to get their word out there. Whatever your message is, whatever form or fashion, poetry, music, film, please, written book, get out there.
Well, you know, Kevin, my thing is, a lot of times we don't support each other. You know, and if we're asked to support each other, there's always a but in it. Okay?
Yes.
Like people say, but God. Okay? You don't have to put a but on anything. Either you're going to do it or you're not going to do it. And to praise somebody's success, it's not going to hurt you. You might look around, and before it hurts you, it may help you. But I don't know why we just don't like to do that. We don't support each other, and that's a terrible thing.
It's horrible. It's not even. It's horrible. I was just talking to a young lady. She's literally not probably about an hour ago. I brought her on our set to be a hairdresser on the set. And most times, independent films, if you don't have a budget, you're doing it for credit and food and just the network opportunity.
Absolutely.
And we understand that. Because you have to build your resume. So I was explaining to her that same concept because we're talking about the Black-owned business portal that on the Facebook group. So I told her about an example about who's that artist, David Banner, and he publicly asked if everybody out there who supports me, could you send me $1? I need to get my music out there, distribution. Mm-hmm. And he started catching flack from his own people. What you gonna do with my $1? Are you kidding me?
$1.
You stand in line for them J's though.
Okay.
Overnight.
That's sad.
But that's what we do.
And
one another.
I noticed that the Creative Mind Media Group, their purpose is to create, motivate, stimulate, and inspire.
Yes, ma'am.
Those are 4 things. Really, listen, especially in the field of if you're doing independent films, if you're doing even internet radio, we need people to help us create shows. If you have a show idea, why not give a intellectual radio or even the show that you're on? It's called where is it?
Let's be real.
Let's be real. Give them a call or drop a line and give them a show idea. You may have something that's big, but we don't do that. We don't support each other. We work against each other. I have been in a situation where I'm going to say this. Say if you're in internet radio and there are 60 or 70 shows, and each time one of those shows make a post, how is it going to hurt you to just go hit the like button?
Katie, that's going to hurt my soul.
Huh?
It's going to hurt my soul. That's how individuals take it.
Okay, how is it going to hurt you? All you got to do is go hit like.
You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. Are you taking something out of my pocket?
I know that's right.
Really? Are you kidding me? Yeah. Where is the support? All we asking you is to, I'd like to do hashtags. You probably seen my page. People joke me and call me hashtag king, but we understand how social media works. So I say hashtag like, hashtag share, hashtag, tag someone. How difficult is that for you to do?
I just don't understand it why we I really don't understand why we can't network and work together, because listen, if you're not working, if you're not networking, really you're not working. We live in an internet age, okay? This is the age of electronics, okay? Social media.
Right. It's not coming. It's already here.
Right. So my thing is, I really don't understand it. And when I was reading, some of the bio about Creative Minds Media Group, and it said that it create, motivate, stimulate, and inspire. I really thought that was just fantastic. I really, really did. And it brought to mind that, if we work together, whether you're in Dallas or Chicago or New York or LA or whatever, it don't matter what coast that you're on. If we work together, we can definitely have things and definitely do things.
Absolutely. It just because I'm from Chicago, it's amazing how social media does work. I got contacted, and and of course the connectivity, being from Chicago, there's a brother there named Marcus Pfizer reached out to me because he's seen what I was doing, and I always talk about I'm from Chicago because I'm always gonna rep my city regardless of what goes on there. Asked me to do a article for his magazine, and it wasn't about me publicizing or the article about me. I wanted to get the writers and producers, all those thinkers that are around me, that's inspiring me more to be promoted in the magazine.
Okay.
And even with that, I don't know if you remember, there was a young lady, A.L. Smith.
Yes,
Smith.
I do. How can I forget her? Because guess what? That interview that I did with her was from networking with you.
That's right. That's right. And this was just promoting this sister's book when we did the movie trailer for her book. And this is, again, a connectivity and positivity. She had recently met the young man who did the movie trailer for her book. He was in film school. Finished. Now he's already graduated film school, got great resume, and continually in conversation with him and the young man. The book sales have changed direction because she changed publishers via a young lady that I met from my first stage play here in Dallas.
Okay.
I'm telling you, connectivity is amazing. It's just what it is. You stay in positive connection. Let me bookmark that right there. Let's come back to positive connection. Someone very intelligent brother talked about connectivity. So I'm going to fast forward to last month. Last month was the 1 year anniversary. She released the movie trailer for that book.
Tell them the name of that book because some people don't know.
A.L. Smith is her name. Author, Behind Closed Doors 2.
And give them a synopsis about the book so they'll know what it's about and tell them where they can purchase it. I mean, that's
Absolutely.
Your girl.
Absolutely. She really helped me by that young man finding me on social media, no less. He found me on Instagram promoting myself. And the book is amazing. It's based on a true story. It talks about human trafficking, sex trafficking, and even more importantly, familiar sex trafficking. And for those who don't understand, that's just sex trafficking of family members. And the backdrop, the story setting is set in East St. Louis via New Orleans. So there's a lot of history in there, talking about the Louisiana slave trade, back in the drugs. It's an amazing interwoven story of sex, drugs, but you will get a strong family core love in there. You will find all of that in there. So you can find her books on Amazon. Of course, everything is Amazon now, but you definitely can find it there. She is in the bookstores. You want hard copies, you can find them in Barnes and Nobles as well. And it was just amazing that she got a hold of this publisher. So, and now she just held casting call last month, almost 6 weeks ago, for the feature film. We're getting ready to do the feature film for this book next month.
Yeah, I have been following. Usually people that have been on the show, I try to follow, and sometimes I do a status update on things that they have been doing. And I did notice that she was getting ready to turn her book into a movie. That's a great accomplishment.
Yeah.
And it's an awesome thing that, when we were talking about networking, that's the greatness of networking.
Yeah, absolutely. I lost you for a minute. Got you back.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the networking. And I had bookmarked because I want to come back to it. Mm-hmm. I went to an amazing opportunity last November. It was called an Entertainment Empowerment Workshop Seminar. in Houston, held by I failed to remember her name right now, but this is an entertainment attorney, actress, producer, director, along with her partner, Rushion McDonald. He was co-sponsor. If people don't know who Rushion, executive producer.
Okay.
And
who is? Tell us who Rushion is.
Rushion McDonald is Steve Harvey's executive producer.
Okay.
Of everything he does, basically. He gave us the backstory of him and Steve's relationship. Both of them were comedians 25 years ago. Rushion McDonald was working in corporate world, Xerox, I believe, doing comedy at night. Same as Steve, doing comedy. But they were good friends.
Okay.
So Rushion had the black audience. Steve had a little bit of black audience and a lot of white audience.
Mm-hmm.
Long story short, Steve had received his a contract, asked Rushion for his advice, and said, "Look, man, I don't know if I can do this. Should I do this? Would you help me out? I don't need you to help write, produce, manage me."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "I don't know." All right. Well, 25 years later, he said it was one of the best decisions he made, but it was no easy road. Steve told the story himself. But it's consistency. So I say that to say, the first night he spoke to us, he said these two words that we touched on a minute ago about positive connections, maintaining positive relationships, and staying consistent with what you want to do, whether you want to be a radio personality, an actor, producer, director, etc. Stay consistent. Stay the course. It won't be easy, but it's something that you want. You got to go get it. Stay consistent and trust in your skill set and stay connected.
I want you to repeat that one more time. If it's something that you want, you have to do what? Because that was a very good point.
Look here. It is not coming to your door. You don't be sitting up there waiting for UPS, United States Postal Service. I don't care. You have to go get it.
Okay. Have to be consistent. Have to work at it, huh?
Daily. You're going to be tired some days. But if it's something you want, what's my man Eric Thomas says, if you want it as much as you breathe, you'll have it. You'll do that thing that others won't do. Okay. And I listen to these guys almost daily. If it's not Eric Thomas, Rushion McDonald, Zig Ziglar, all these motivational speakers, you got to feed your spirit with something different rather than a lot of garbage that's on television.
Yeah, because what you watch on television.
And that's part of what keeps me going. Along with the desire to show my kids and grandkids that there's something better out there for us. I want to leave you something other than money.
Well, you know what? I have realized
money.
You know what?
All the time.
You know what I have realized, and I somebody told me this years ago, and I guess it's a true fact.
Katie, I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you very well.
That's a little reception here.
Yeah, I can hear you very well. Somebody once told me that everything that we see over the media and we hear over the radio, those things are owned by 6 major corporations. Those corporations, they control what we hear and what we see. If they don't want us to see something, they just snatch it off the TV.
Hey, your phone is ringing.
Okay, Kevin, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. I was just saying that there are 6 major corporations that control what we hear and what we see over the TV. And it's not like when we do internet radio, we're not controlled. We do what we want to do. We talk about what we want to talk about. We say what we want to say. Something. Nobody shuts us down.
That's right. That's right.
When you watch TV, I was, listening to what you said. When you watch TV, you are definitely being controlled. You have You have to be mindful of what you watch.
Yes.
And if you are a radio host on regular I'll just well on some of the radio stations, if you say the wrong thing, they will snatch you off the air.
In a heartbeat.
Okay.
You what I've come to figure. I had a new hashtag I put out maybe about a year ago because I've learned, all this television, radio is foolishness. I call it hashtag media mindset manipulation.
I like that. I like that.
Hashtag media mindset manipulation. I mean, it is nothing but mind control. And we do as they say, we're sheep. We already know commercials are a control mechanism for the dollars.
Definitely.
Along with the fact these news reporters and stations are basically propaganda. I tell you, case in point, you heard about the shootings here in Dallas recently?
Right, I did.
The news reporters botched that 6 minutes into the report. We won't say it was staged or they were there as soon as the shootings went off, but they blew it when they reported it. They said 11 killed, 6 dead. Okay. I don't know if anybody really read into that. 11 killed, 6 dead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They also reported that our shooting actors are on scene right now. What actors are you? What do you mean? They so quickly tried to retract that and get their PR guys to spin it. It was a hot media mess because they tried to do that media mindset manipulation on us, and they didn't have their ducks in a row. So we do have to be more than mindful of what we are watching, listening to,
and we have to remember that journalism, they are using it to sell a story, to keep your attention, to keep you on that channel and not have you turn.
Exactly.
And I notice, I'm not going to call the station, but some stations, you can watch the news and it's repetition. And if you sit there and you long enough, you'll hear the same thing over and over for a few hours. And then the next anchor will come on and they'll do the same thing. And because they do it repetitiously, it becomes embedded in our brain. It's like listening to music. If we listen to the song over and over and over and over again, after a while we like that song. If we listen to that lie over and over and over again, we believe that lie, even though it's a lie.
And it turns into what? A truth.
Well, to some people. To some people.
Right. It turns into the truth to those people who do not understand that is a lie being fed to you if we don't research it for ourselves.
That's very true. Kevin, okay, before we leave the air, I want to know, do you have any, you can tell people how to get in touch with you, befriend you, or you can tell them how to listen to Let's Be Real on internet radio.
Surely will. I appreciate it, Katie. Once again, thank you so much for having me. All you out there in the listening world, you want to find actor Kevin Tillett? That's my Facebook fan page.
Spell that name, because you know some of us can't spell like me.
Look here now. It's just the way it sounds. Actor Kevin Tillett. ACTORKEVINTILLETT.
Okay. Now, how would they find your radio show?
In fact, we have a Facebook page for that as well. Let's Be Real, just the way it sounds.
Okay.
LET_SBEREAL. Where you'll find my lovely face and my even lovelier co-host face, Miss Dia.
Okay.
And it'll have a link. It'll have a link to the DFWIRadio.com where you could hear it live on air.
Okay. Do you have any upcoming
where you can
projects?
find us on Monday nights, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And
Okay.
you can find me on Instagram and Twitter by the same name, Actor Kevin Tillett.
Okay. Do you have any upcoming projects that we should be watching out for?
I'm sorry, you dropped off just now, Katie.
I say, do you have any up and coming projects that we should be watching out for?
Absolutely. Right now, we're getting ready to do this amazing table read next week with Miss A.L. Smith, who is a doctor and still Army reservist who's currently in Wisconsin, right up the way from you. As soon as she returns, we're doing a table read for this feature film, Behind Closed Door 2, Dana's Story. So that will be coming within the next few months. We
Mhm.
actually start filming the beginning of August. I added a new hat, as I stated before, under the umbrella of Creative Minds Media Group. Directing, made my director debut 2 weeks ago on this young man's short film, Corte Ishman. Corte Productions is called Silent Partner. And as soon as we're done with that, hopefully by the end of August, we're going to be submitting that to South by Southwest. That'll be one of my first short films directing. So, got a few things that cooking, and a couple other individuals who are writers will be working on their projects as well.
Okay, Kevin, I really want to thank you for gracing my platform today here at Intellectual Radio on the Rhythm Flow Radio with Katie Law. I want to thank you, and I want to extend to you that whenever you come home to Chicago, please give me a call and come to the studio and do an in-studio interview with me.
Sweet home, Chicago. Thank you so much, Katie Lowe, and I thank you so much. I pray continued blessings upon you and this radio show. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. Listen, have a fantastic weekend.
Will do. You do the same.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right.
I want to remind you that today's show is brought to you by Oval Cleaning. Oval Cleaning. Oval Cleaning Inc. Professional cleaning service. Commercial, residential, carpet, windows, floors, and more. Office and post construction. Call Mike for your free estimate at 708-528-6825. That's Over Cleaning for all your cleaning needs. Before we go, I want to play this song again. Like I say, if you keep listening to a song, it becomes repetitious. And I like this song because it's called Brighter Day.
One of these old days. One of these
I want to thank you for listening to the number one internet radio station, IntellectualRadio.com, and iHeart Radio station. You have listened to the Rhythm Flow Radio Show with yours truly, Katie Law. I want to leave you, I want to give you something to think about. And remember, we are in an election year and all votes count. You may not like Hillary Clinton, but she is the Democratic nominee to run for the office of president. If you don't vote, it's like giving a vote for Donald Trump. But I want to leave you with this. I hope you have a great weekend. Just remember, white politicians who say all lives matter is similar to the founding fathers saying all men were created equal while they had slaves.
It was 5 p.m. sharp on a Friday afternoon. I was fresh off work when she called, said she had some good news. She got promoted at work, and that's worth a few drinks, and to go out and groove. I was excited, hella delighted that she thought to come me, but I had to play it cool, as if I knew she'd be calling. Let's celebrate tonight. Wear your sexy dress and sexy heels, shine. Let's dance and drink and vibe all night. Joining you and all you do is you. Now you know, like I know, that you've got options, girl. But it don't matter, cause I'm so after with you. We done dance, eating good, big, talking good, see, drinking good. It's slow and need to see you stepping. We can two-step 1, 2. We can bounce down. We can move a little closer. Come on, let's get down, down, down. I guess now would be the time to whisper in your ear. The chance of never getting this chance is what I feel, yeah. Celebrate tonight. So sexy in them heels, girl. Shine. Let's dance and drink and vibe all night. Make this a night to remember. Can we dance our lives away? Twist that time, that's such a funky sway. Moving, soothing music train. So proud of you, babe.